Now Brandon's putting the weatherhead, preparing to seal the roof before he puts his weatherhead on. He's putting on some roof sealant. The best time of the year is to do this during the summertime. Obviously, you don't know. This is a wet, dry type deal, but it's about 85, 90 degrees up there right now, so it ought to seal really good. And you can see he's liberally putting this on. It's probably a little bit extra, but we use the whole tube when we do one of these things. And you can see it should seal very well. The main thing is that the customer doesn't get any rain or water drip after we leave. You can also notice the mast is about 30 inches above the roof. That's Georgia Power approved. Now he's going to push it down. And by the time the next rain hits, this thing ought to be sealed good by the time it gets to be 100 degrees today. And you can see it comes right out of the front. Good job, Brandon. Now Brandon's putting his cap in. This is a real, very inexpensive piece of the weatherhead. Is plastic, and they are very easy to break, so be careful with them. And then all you got to do is just set the top on. It's got 2 screws that tighten from either side. Get you a good tight fit. You know, and tighten it evenly. So it's each screw's got equal amount of torque. Brandon's ready to get down in the shade and finish this. He's done all the sun tanning he wants to do today. All right, I'm gonna get down and hold the ladders when he comes off the roof. There you go. Now he's got it tightened on up. He's gonna use his pliers to tighten it down good. It's got a carriage bolt on both sides. So the one side, once it slots down into the bracket, it can't move. That guy right there is on tight now. Brandon's putting his ground lug, we call it an acorn clamp, electricians do, on his 8-foot ground rod. That's a copper clad ground rod with a number 4 solid copper bare for our ground wire, or our grounded conductor. Excuse me, grounding conductor. Anyway, you only need a number 8 for a 100 amp service, which is what we're doing today, but we normally carry number 4 anyway, so that's what we're using. And he lifted up about 6 inches so the inspector can see it clearly. Now we're going to complete our connection at our meter base. Now Brandon is stapling his ground wire to the house. In this application, we got wood siding, so we're just using regular rubber. Now we're finishing up our meter base. I've got the one line lugged here, the ground here, and I'm going to do the last line, putting our protection, our no-locks coating on the wire. Got it skinned out already. This is really, you know, the difficulties a little bit higher on this particular box just because of the design. You have to cut the wire so short. You know, it's really kind of hard for me to get you a clear shot of me putting them in the actual lug. But anyway, there we go. Might do good if we back out the actual lug all the way. Oh yeah, that makes it a lot. Well, never fails. These lugs actually are a little bit better than the newer style, just for the simple fact that they come apart and go back together. You can slide your wire in this fashion, and then all you do is just hook that guy in there. It's got a catch on both sides. Get your wire where you want her. Tighten it up a little bit and then pull the wire in there just a little bit longer. If you're ever doing this for yourself, you've never done one before, you would like to get about 1/8 of the wire insulation missing right on this top side and 1/8 on the bottom, where you can see completely where it's went through all the way. Like with this one, it's a little bit tough. It's just to get the wire to fit in there, you've got to be exact, and then you got to use your pliers to get it in there, and you got to be careful not to skin the ground, the insulation. But anyway, this completes our installation. We're also going to add a couple of straps right here. We haven't done that yet. We got our ground wire. Brandon's got our ground wire come all the way down. We're also going to carry the existing one that's tied to our ground now back up, so we got a continuous grounding conductor. Have a good day. This is George Argo with Argo Electrical Services. You can find me on the web at argoelectrical.com, or you can call me at 770-596-1437. Thanks. Hi, this is George with Argo Electrical Services, and I just wanted to show you the inside of our reconnection. We use 2-aught wire to get 100 amps, 2-aught aluminum. We used the same box, the same meter base, because it was an emergency situation, and we were going to have to tear out some inside walls to replace the interior feeder wire. So you've got 1.25 inch rigid conduit. I put Nolux, which is our wire coating, aluminum coating. It keeps the aluminum from oxidizing. You got 2 hots, you got a ground. We showed you our new ground wire here, the number 4 solid ground. Brandon's got it lugged to the can over here. We're also going to connect this continuous ground to our feeder from the transformer. So the grounding should be 100% better. We drove another 8-foot ground rod to go with the one that was here, which is above and beyond what the code requires. Once again, my name is George Argo with Argo Electrical Services. You can get me on the web at argoelectrical.com, or you can call me at 770-596-1437. Just click on the link below. Thanks.